On July 12, 2025, an officer patrolling an unmarked vehicle along U.S. Highway 19 in Pinellas County, Florida, clocked a car blowing past traffic at more than 115 miles an hour. What should have been a routine, if serious, speeding stop turned into something much heavier once the driver realized what a change in state law actually meant for her that day. Hit the like button if you didn't know a speeding ticket in Florida can turn into an arrest this fast.
17.
581. Copy, somebody. Need your license?
Do you want to just stay here?
Let me get your license first, okay? So I'm off to your H, by the way. I'm off to your H, by the way. The reason I'm stopping you. You know how fast you're going there on 19? What's that? You know how fast? You want me to tell you how fast you're going? You're 117. 117. Why are you going so fast? Do me a favor, pull up into the Congo River parking lot there. Hey, can I get one more? Can I get one more? I'll be in the Congo River parking lot. Caroline, is it Caroline? How about I talk to you? You got shoes? What's this company? It's your life. Can you take this off? How old are you? Okay. Oh,
If I drop my phone.
you won't get all that stuff, okay? We'll walk over here, okay? The reason why you're in handcuffs right now is because, like I told you, you're doing 117.
Yeah, I literally never go that fast. I have 0 speeding tickets.
At 117 miles an hour. Do you
It's
know
a
they
fast car.
Right. Do you know they just passed a new law, right?
No, I'm not aware.
Okay. So anything over 100 miles an hour or 50 miles above the speed limit, it's a misdemeanor. Okay? You understand that, right?
So what does that mean?
You're being arrested for your speed limit. Okay? Alright? It's not a joke, okay? 117, you're passing that car. You're in the far left lane. Spread around that car at 117 miles an hour.
Sorry.
Just because you're having fun.
I understand.
Okay?
Wait, why is he being arrested?
We'll get everything squared away, okay?
Oh, did they leave the car on?
What should I have? The keys in there?
I don't know.
Is it, whose car is
I
it?
think it is.
It's your car, right?
Yeah, it's my car.
Okay.
Should be in there.
Alright, is there anything on you Because I'm gonna have a female officer come search you.
Okay.
There's nothing on you.
No, I would prefer
All right,
to have
so
my
who is that to
phone
you?
as That's my husband.
That's your husband. All right. Did he say you slow down or?
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's not.
understand. It's fast.
Okay. There's not a place to do it, right? If you want to go that fast, there's a racetrack for that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah, we know.
Because what you're doing is it's racing too. Okay. It's considered racing. You're at exhibition of a speed. All right.
Sorry, I really wasn't aware. I literally never go fast.
All right. Well, just hang tight.
Wait, I have a question. Why is he getting arrested?
Because everybody in the car for racing, it goes to jail. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to him here in a second. But that's how it is. It doesn't matter. People can walk. They be sitting on the side of the street watching racing. They can go to jail. Okay.
But are we like actually going to jail, or is it like
Yes.
bond out type of situation?
No, you're going to jail. Okay. Just hang tight. I'll come back and talk to you in a second. What's your name, boss?
Isaiah?
Did you know she was going that fast?
I wasn't looking at the speedometer. I can't see over it, but
Right.
it felt fast.
It felt fast, right?
Yeah.
All right. Did you tell her to slow down at all, or did you want her to slow down?
I mean,
I get. I understand.
I'm comfortable. You know, I'm not trying to.
No, you're just being detained right now, man. I'm just. You have to understand that she was doing 117. Okay. They just passed a new law. Anything over 100 miles per hour, or anything 50 miles above the posted speed limit, is a misdemeanor now. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not playing around. Okay. She's your wife, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Is that your car too?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a valid license?
Yeah.
Where were you guys headed to?
I was headed to pick up a car part. It was like a what do you call it? It was like a sticker for the badges. It was just like some, you know.
Is that where you're coming from?
No, I was coming from home.
You guys were coming home. You guys were going to go pick up some stickers or stuff.
Yeah, some stickers for the car.
All right. Just take out. Hey, Caroline. I'm just going to read you something real quick. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer, have him or present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questions of your race. You can sign anytime. Exercise these rights. Not answering the questions or making any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained? Is it a verbal yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, like I explained to him, because you guys got dogs at home, and he's got a license, he's a registered, I'm gonna let him take the car home, okay? So he can take care of the dog, okay? You seem like a good person. I think you just made a bad choice today, okay? Like I said, they just passed this new law. We're not playing around with these speeds anymore, okay? Like I said, anything over 100 miles an hour, or anything 50 miles above the posted speed limit, okay? You're looking at jail time, okay? So, I gotta do some paperwork. You gotta get a citation for me. I'm not gonna do the racing statute. I'm just gonna do the dangerous speed statute, okay? The 1 over 100 miles per hour, 50 miles above the posted speed limit. If I decided to do the racing charge, I can take both of you to jail, okay? But I'm not doing that, all right? Hopefully this will be your last one, all right? All right?
Step out for me. Shadow's handcuffs. Yep. Face that way. Okay, once I shadow this one, I want you to put this hand on top of your head for me, okay? Put it on top of your head. There you go. Alright, you can relax. Come on over here. Alright, just right here. Hang tight right here for a second.
I'm not trying to be rude. I don't understand.
Okay, because if the officer wanted to, or if I wanted to, I could charge you with racing. Okay? Being a passenger in the car, that's racing. Exhibition of speed of the vehicle, which means you go to jail too. Okay? That kind of behavior is not acceptable at all. You want to race, go to the tracks. Okay? You want to have fun doing 117 miles an hour on 19, go to the tracks. Okay? You hit somebody out here doing that, kill somebody, hurt somebody severely, just a good part of your life is going to be gone. You understand? Okay. Your wife wants to speak with you. I'm going to ask this officer if it's okay. And if that's okay, then, we'll bring you up to the window and let you speak to her real quick. Right. We're going to let you take the car.
Do you know, what's happening? What's happening?
Do you?
Yeah.
So, am I, sleeping there?
You may have a bond. Okay? Just depends. I don't know if you've been in trouble before, any kind of criminal history, anything like that. There's not to play, but they'll tell you what your bond is over there. Okay? It's probably a small bond. Somewhere around $500
Do
or
you know,
so.
where it is? Is it the...
Yep, 49th Street. All right. So what happened is I wrote down his number for you because your phone was completely dead. Once you're able to, you'll be able to make your phone call from the jail, and you can make your arrangements on how you're going to get out and how you're going to get picked up and whatnot. Okay. All right.
Can I give him a kiss?
Nope. Unfortunately. There you go. That's what you go. I was gonna say. Just real low. Okay. All right.
Hi, how are you? Well, I'm Officer Tybacota Police Department. I'm here just to conduct your search, okay? Do you mind stepping out for me? Have you faced the vehicle and take a step away from the car? Widen your stance for me. Okay, perfect. Anything on your person? No, bad. Regular bra, or is it sport? Alright, I give everybody this discretion, okay, so don't take it personally. Anything on you at all whatsoever. Okay, any introduction of contraband to the jail is an additional felony. I'll be happy to charge you with it if they find anything, so that's why we like to give everybody that heads up, okay? Alright, let's see.
The stretch of road where this happens isn't some empty backcountry highway. US 19 through Pinellas County is a heavily traveled corridor, the kind locals already associate with congestion and serious crashes, even at normal speeds. It's also worth noting the officer is in an unmarked car, which is exactly the point for this kind of enforcement. A marked cruiser gets spotted and slowed for miles before it ever catches up, while an unmarked one can quietly match a driver's actual speed and pace them long enough to get an accurate number. That's how he gets his, a full, uninterrupted reading of triple digits before anyone in that car has a reason to slow down. By the time he pulls her over, the number isn't close. 117 miles an hour, in traffic, on a road built for a fraction of that. Her response is almost reflexive. She says she literally never goes that fast, that she has 0 speeding tickets. It's worth noticing what that claim is actually doing. A clean ticket history doesn't mean a person hasn't been driving dangerously. It just means they haven't been caught yet, or hadn't been, until this exact moment. Treating an absence of past punishment as proof of safe behavior is a common way people justify risk to themselves, right up until the risk catches up with them. It's also a strange thing to lead with in the moment, since a spotless record was never actually the question. The question was what she was doing in that specific car, on that specific road, a few seconds earlier. There's something else worth sitting with here, and it has less to do with her honesty and more to do with how modern high-performance cars are built. Vehicles capable of that kind of speed are engineered to feel smooth and stable well past the point where the actual physics involved are anything but. That's part of what makes triple-digit speeds so dangerous beyond the obvious math. The car doesn't necessarily feel like it's doing 117, it can feel like 70. The driver's sense of risk and the car's actual risk stop matching up, and that gap is exactly where crashes at these speeds tend to happen. A driver can be fully convinced they have total control right up until the moment they don't, because the car was never designed to make that speed feel as urgent as it actually is. What actually changes the situation from a bad ticket into an arrest is a relatively new part of Florida law. The officer explains it directly on camera. Any speed over 100 miles an hour, or 50 miles an hour above the posted limit, is no longer treated as a simple citation. It's classified as a misdemeanor, which means it comes with handcuffs, a trip to jail, and a criminal record, not just a fine in the mail. A lot of drivers, this one included, clearly still have last year's version of that law in their head, where speed like this got you a ticket and a lecture, not an arrest. Laws like this tend to pass quietly after enough crashes make lawmakers decide a fine alone isn't changing behavior. The people who find out about the change tend to find out the way she does, in handcuffs, on the side of the road, not from a headline beforehand. The passenger in the car, who turns out to be her husband, ends up briefly in handcuffs too, and gets read his rights on camera despite never touching the wheel. That surprises him, and it probably surprises a lot of people watching this. But Florida law doesn't limit criminal exposure to whoever's driving in an exhibition of speed or racing situation. A passenger can be charged as well, simply for being part of it. It's worth clarifying what that charge actually means, because it trips people up. Exhibition of speed doesn't require two cars going head-to-head. Driving at that kind of speed in a way that puts other people on the road at risk can qualify on its own, with or without a second vehicle involved, which is exactly why the officer has the legal room to consider charging both people in the car and not just the one steering it. The officer even asked the husband directly whether he told her to slow down, which matters more than it might sound like. It's not just about whether he was driving, it's about whether he was a passive passenger caught in someone else's decision, or someone who watched it happen and said nothing. The officer lays out the full extent of what he could do next plainly. He could charge the husband too, and technically has grounds to. He doesn't. Because the husband has a valid license and something waiting for him at home that needs care, the officer sends him back with the car instead of to jail. That decision says something about how this particular stop actually goes, compared to how these videos usually get discussed online. The officer isn't hunting for every charge the law technically allows. He says as much himself later, during the search before booking, that he extends the same discretion to everybody and that it isn't personal. He picks the narrower charge over the one that would stack additional time onto her record, specifically because he doesn't have to go further to make the point. It's a small detail, but it's the difference between enforcing a law and making an example out of someone. It's also worth noticing what this stop isn't. There's no shouting, no argument over whether the stop was justified, no drawn-out standoff. She doesn't fight the number, doesn't accuse the officer of lying about the radar, doesn't try to talk her way out of the cuffs. The tension in this video doesn't come from confrontation, it comes from watching someone slowly work out, in real time, that calm and cooperative isn't the same thing as consequence-free, that you can do everything right in the 90 seconds after getting pulled over and still end up in the back of a patrol car, because the part that mattered already happened a few miles back at 117 miles an hour. You can watch the moment the day stops feeling routine to her. She asks, almost casually, whether this is an actual jail situation or something she can just bond out of quickly, like it's still a question with an easy answer. The officer doesn't soften it. She's going to jail. It's a small exchange, but it captures the entire arc of the stop. A driver who spent the first few minutes treating this like an inconvenient delay, still trying to find the version of this story where she goes home tonight instead of into a holding cell. There's a genuinely human moment before she's taken back for booking, where she asks if she can kiss her husband goodbye and is told no. It's a small thing, but it's a real reminder that behind the charge and the paperwork, this is still someone's ordinary afternoon getting interrupted in a way neither of them planned for. A drive to pick up something as minor as a sticker for the car turns into a night neither of them budgeted for, financially or otherwise. Bond money, a missed shift at work, an insurance company that will eventually find out exactly why this stop happened, and rates that tend to climb hard after a charge like this one, regardless of how the case itself resolves. Before she's brought inside, an officer conducts the search that comes standard with any arrest, and gives her the same warning departments give everyone in that position. that bringing anything onto her at all into the jail, even something she might not think twice about, becomes an additional felony charge on top of what she's already facing. It's less a threat than a formality, but it's also a reminder of how quickly the list of potential charges can grow from a single decision made at highway speed, if she isn't careful in the minutes right after the one she already made in the car. According to the case information, she was charged under Florida's newer law addressing dangerous excessive speeding above 100 miles an hour. As with any arrest, that's the starting point of a legal process rather than the end of one. There's no conviction information available here, and what ultimately happens with the charge is separate from what plays out on the roadside that day. What makes this stop worth paying attention to isn't really the speed itself, even though 117 miles an hour in heavy traffic is enough on its own. It's the gap between what she assumed a day like this would cost her and what it actually did. The difference between a law she hadn't caught up with yet and one that had already caught up with her.